is about time we got this game. This is Plants vs. Zombies 2. It's actually called It's About Time. That's the subtitle. And yes, it feels like so long ago we were playing the first Plants vs. Zombies, but actually it wasn't that long ago because it's one of those games that has stayed on my iPad since I got it on the iOS platform.
I love that they named this game Plants vs. Zombies 2. It's about time because I feel like if I were on the development team, that's what I would be saying the whole time. It's about time. But they also tied in this whole time travel mechanic into the game. So everything you love about Plants vs. Zombies is there. We place down plants to fight against zombies. The plants look the same, but they have different animation to them.
Yeah, it's nice to see that. I wasn't expecting to see that. It's nice to, there's so many neat little details even to this classic standard pea shooter guy that if you've played Plants vs. Zombies, you know this guy. He is like your go-to character, your go-to defense.
The one, man.
And they've added in lots of new types of plants, which I wasn't really expecting. I don't know what I was expecting going into this. I didn't realize that it would be so familiar yet also very new at the same time. I love the time travel aspect. I love the weird interludes where you've got this guy who for some reason has a pot on his head and he's waiting to eat his taco after the tutorial, and then he eats it and then he's sad, he wants to eat it again, so he goes back in time, but he goes back like 4,000 years. So meanwhile, we're 4,000 years in the past now in ancient Egypt, and we're fighting off mummies almost, the first real zombies, I suppose.
Yeah, so there's zombified mummies or mummified zombies, however you choose to look at it, but it's the same mechanics here. We're just in a different area, in a different place, and there's also different zombies that have their own power-ups. So it's a really great mechanic, it's a really great addition to the game, just because when you're used to playing only on grass or rooftops, it's nice to have something new and exciting, especially because the way they lay out the game now, you see where you're going. So it's taking you through time, but it's also bringing you to different levels. You have different things to unlock. So normally with Plants vs. Zombies, there's a separate area where you can play mini games. In this one, the mini games are actually in the game itself that you can go into.
They're part of the world map, so you could choose where you want to go. These mini games are, of course, challenges where you don't have to rely on placing sunflowers down, collecting sun. You've got that conveyor belt mechanic that we've seen in the previous game, and you just have to be really tactical as to where you're placing these plants.
The only thing that I can say that I didn't like about the game was some of the in-app purchasing that I will never go to anyways. I'll never have to resort to that. I can just enjoy myself with the game. Yeah. Although it is one of those games that it's so good that you kind of just want to give it money.
All right, so it sounds like you're giving Plants vs. Zombies 2 a glowing review. I also liked it, but I don't think I'm going to recommend it as much as you. Marissa, what are you giving this game?
It's getting a 9.
I'm going to give it a 7.5.